Hello students, how are you? Hope you're enjoying your holidays. But sitting inside the whole day at home, right? You must be feeling boring. So plan your schedule, plan your day, do some indoor activities, do some exercise, talk to your parents, then play board games and all. But you have to study also. So we are trying to bring you through your YouTube channels some online sessions. Chapter wise. The books we have prescribed this time for computer is Cyberbeans through Kip's People, and I have tried to cover the entire chapter in two phases. This is the first PPT which is covering few topics which I'll be just coming to the next. So hope you will enjoy the session. So chapter 1 consists of networking concepts. In part A I'll be covering computer network and its components, advantages of networking, and also networking media. So we'll be going step by step. So the first topic in this is what are computer networks and its components. We'll start with the topic computer network. In our daily life we see different types of networks, right? We have network of phones, we have network of friends, we have telephone lines network, we have network of roads, network of banks, network of schools, we have radio and TV network, broadcasting programs are there. Imagine your life without the network, no phone, no radio, no television. It's unbelievable to think without all these amenities. Computer networking has also become one of the integral part of our life. Now, let's say the internet has the outcome of cyber networking only. So let's understand in detail the computer network. Networking can be defined as a group of computers and other peripheral devices which are attached together for the purpose of sharing the data and hardware resources. For example, one of the computer in your network has been attached to all. Let's take an example of your computer labs, right? You must have seen only one printer, so many computers are attached to it. So what happens is the data will be going to the printer and it will be giving the printout for all the computers one by one, because all the data goes in the queue. Queue means the line, and first come first serve basis it will give the printout. So let us see the following figure and how the printer is attached to the different computer and it is being used to print the document. Now here it is, you can see different computers are there and there is one hub through which all the computers have been attached and the printer is also there. So with the help of that, the instructions will be given to the printer and the printouts will be coming one by one for each computer. The computer and network can communicate with each other as well as they can work independently. So each computer is called as a node and the others are also known as the receivers. Now one of these nodes will be acting as a sender and the others will be acting as the receivers. The computers are linked with each other through some medium like cables, telephone lines, radio waves, infrared light beams and so on. Now let us understand computer network with the help of the diagram which has been mentioned in the slide. Now there is one sender. Then you might be seeing the word protocol. There are the rules which have to be followed during the transmission. Then there is a message. Then there is a receiver. Now the networking consists of different parts, like there is a message. Now message is what? The information which a sender wants to give it to the receiver. Sender is a device, like computer here it is acting as a device which is sending the information to the receiver. Now receiver is a device again which is receiving the message. It can be computer, workstation, tablet or mobile phone. Transmission medium is a physical path through which the message will be going on from the sender to the receiver end, like twisted pair of cable, fiber optic cable and so on. Will be all studying in detail later on. Then protocol, I have just defined it. It is a set of rules that governs the data communication, and without a protocol the data cannot be exchanged between the two communicating devices. Now let's see some of the advantages of networking. Number one is the efficient use of storage medium. Like it's very economical to store the data at one common place rather than storing the software in the individual computers, which will increase the cost of the overall thing. So it is better to have one hard disk in the server than to have smaller hard disk in the different computers. So efficient storage media will be there. Then second is preserving the information. It is difficult to maintain regular backups on number of standalone systems. So a regular backup will be maintained on the server at a central place. Then third is the production in the hardware cost. Like in a network, the hardware devices that are not often used like printers, scanners, modems and all the CD writers, they can always be shared. So this will reduce the total expenditure on these hardware devices. The next is efficiency in the network. In a network, the deletion, modification, upgradation of the data and the software will be taking place at one place only, right? So this will bring more efficiency and effectiveness into the working system. Another advantage is the redundancy, and redundancy is reducing the duplication of the work. The network will reduce the need of the hard copies of all the documents. So why it will reduce? Because we'll be sharing the soft copies of the file over the network elements that will greatly reduce the need to share the hard copies of the report or any other information. Then we have another advantage is quickest document delivery. Networking will provide the facility to instantly deliver the soft copies from one computer to another computer throughout the world. Let's take a very simple example. If we have one office in Delhi and one in Mumbai, so the director sitting at Mumbai wants some document from Delhi. So what we can do is we can simply mail him the document and he can just see it, view it easily within no time. So there are other advantages also which may not be covered in this chapter, but without the networking, today's life, we can come to the standstill mode. Networking media, data can be transferred and translated from one location to another by using wires or without the help of the wires. So let's study the first part, that is wired network technology. Now in that, the first component we'll be dealing with is the Ethernet cable. Now what is Ethernet cable? It is one of the most popular form of network device and which is used in wired network. Now cable resembles a phone cable, but it is larger than the phone cable and it has got around 8 wires. Ethernet cable will connect the various devices to your PC, the routers and the switches within the local area network. So advantage of this cable is that they consume less power. But the drawback is that the computer requires an Ethernet adapter on the motherboard through which it will be able to send the data. Now this cable is also having one limitation, both in the distance, that they can stretch without losing the signal quality and their durability. So there are mainly two types of Ethernet cable. Number one is crossover cables and number two is straight through cables. Another wired medium is coaxial cable. Now coaxial cable is used in the production of video, communication, signal and audio. It is generally used by the cable television industry to connect TVs to your cable TV service. Now, however, this cable is also used in the network because it has a higher bandwidth and a greater transmission capacity. Cable consists of a central copper which is surrounded by insulation and it has a shield of braided wire. It is relatively inexpensive and can transmit the data at a very high speed, but it also provides a better protection against the electromagnetic disturbances. The only disadvantage associated with the coaxial cable is for this higher installation and maintenance cost. There are two types of coaxial cable. Number one is baseband coaxial cable, which supports the transmission of a single signal at the time of daily use, like for LANs. And then the second category is the broadband coaxial cable, which transmit multiple signals at the same time and is also used for longer distances. Another wired medium is your optical fiber cable, which is going on nowadays very commonly. You might be hearing this word. So it is a popular technology that has a large capacity to transfer the data at a very, very high speed. It consists of a central glass which contains a bundle of glass threads which is surrounded by several layers of protective material. The glass threads are capable of transmitting the data and converting into the light signals at extremely high speed. The fiber optic cable is highly resistant to signal interference and it provides a better data transmission by providing higher bandwidth. Presently, the fiber optic cable is being popular in the local area network, but the day is not far off and in future almost all the communication will be employing the fiber optics. But however, you can say the limitation or the drawback is that it is very, very fragile and the maintenance cost is really high. Now we come to the second part, which is known as wireless networking technology. Now the medium we'll be studying will be Bluetooth, Wi-Fi in detail. Let's see what is Bluetooth. Now this communication technology, it uses the low power radio waves to connect the electronic devices wirelessly. It allows the user to talk and share the information like voice, music and videos. It establishes short range communication between the phones, computers and other networking devices. It is mainly used for personal area network which can cover the maximum transmission range to 240 meters. It depends upon the Bluetooth version also. Now this technology will eliminate the use of cables and adapters. The presence of Bluetooth icon indicates that the device is enabled with Bluetooth. Another wireless medium is your infrared technology. Now this is again a short range communication technology that covers approximately 5 meters of distance. exchange of information between the computers, telephone access by emitting the infrared waves through the infrared LEDs. Infrared communication can take place between the two devices at the time. Now, infrared network signals cannot penetrate in the walls or other obstructions, and they work only in a direct straight line of sight. Now, these waves or signals are focused into a narrow beam through the plastic lens, which is further converted into electronic signals by the receiver. And the very common example which you all have at home is your remote control, which is based on infrared communication. Another important wireless medium which almost everybody is using at home is your Wi-Fi. Now, Wi-Fi stands for wireless fidelity. Now, local network that uses the radio waves to send information. It's a secure, reliable and a fast wireless connection is established between the electronic devices and the internet by using this technology. The devices requires a wireless adapter connected to them to capture the Wi-Fi signals. Now, it offers following advantages. Like, it has replaced the wired medium completely and can be used to connect internet anywhere and anytime. Now, it is relatively inexpensive and can be accessed at the places where cables cannot be installed, and one can connect multiple devices through Wi-Fi. Like at our home, we have the Wi-Fi device, we can connect our desktop, we can connect our mobile phones and so on, laptops, etc. However, there are certain limitations too, like a coin has two sides, ups and downs, and we have pros and cons. Similarly, advantages, there are disadvantages too. Like, it has high power consumption is there, then it is lower than the wired medium, then the transmission will break or slow down whenever there is a noise interference. So that's all for this part A session, bache. So students, you are required to make a rule notebook, computer notebook, and I have given a few questions in the exercise which is coming up to you in the next slide. So do that, write the answers will be available in these slides only, so find it out. Don't be so elaborate, write brief description for each of it, and these chapter exercise will be evaluated once we get back to school. So bye bye, take care of your health and enjoy your holidays along with the studies.